Hi everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to really have some more fun with paper. I have this really neat stylized heart die. Isn't this so neat? This actually comes with a coordinating stencil as well, but I opted just to use the die for this because I'm just inspired to do some die work with a lot of fun paper. So I went through my Concord and Ninth paper and I found some colors. Oh, there's the little stencil. I knew I had it around here somewhere to share with you. So here is the stencil. How fun is that? And so you can do some fun stencil work, then you can layer, let's see, it would probably go this way, then you can layer the die and showcase it that way too. So I'm gonna set this to the side because I really want to work with some paper here. So I pulled some of my favorite colors that I think are gonna look really fun together from Concord and Ninth, and I'll link them down below. And what I'm going to do is have some fun creating some paper strips. So I'm gonna grab my little mini trimmer. Now this is going to be one of those videos where I don't even know what I'm going to do. I kind of feel like I'm just grabbing a bunch of supplies and we're going to see how it all comes together. So I'm thinking first, let me measure my little die. So we have about oh gosh, it's just almost like 2 3/4. So, and I have 5 pretty pieces, pretty colors that I want to use. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think if I do about a 1/2 inch, maybe just a hair more. I think if I do a 1/2 inch for each piece, I should be fine. So I'm going to start with 1/2 inch strips and let's see how that does. So let's see. Oh, that makes it super hard to decide. Let's do, I might just kind of visually, I actually only need little tiny strips. See, already. Again, this is going to be one of those videos where I just am going to change my mind a million times. Okay, if I do this, then I can get a good measurement. So there, and if I go there and I take it down a 1/2 inch, then I will have a 1/2 inch strip. Okay, let me go ahead and cut all of my pieces, all of my colors into 1/2 strips, and then I'm just gonna kind of lay them. Is that gonna be enough? I think it might not. We might have to do another one, so I'll lay this apart. Okay, right there. Let's get another piece kind of out here, and we'll be good to go. Okay, so I have just about that much, and what I'll do is I will bring in one more little bit here. And honestly, exact measurements, as long as you're getting close, are going to be fine here. And you'll see why when I kind of bring all of this together. So I think that's going to be enough, but let's see. Now let me grab a panel, and what we're going to do is we are going to simply start gluing in a diagonal. So I'm just going to create a little area. In fact, what I'll do is grab a pencil. I'm going to just make a marking of my heart. It's a little hard for you to see, but I can see that well. And then should I just do glue? I think I will. I think I'll just do glue. Maybe I'll start over here. I visually like kind of a left to right reading of a card, just like you would read a book. So I kind of want my rainbow to go in that order. Let's grab, I think I will just do some glue. You could do, you know, let's just do tape runner. So many of you have told me that you like when I slow down and kind of just share my whole thought process. And those moments when I just change my mind and all that. So you are going to have that in this video. In fact, I'll just go right on here. So now I'm just going to do the little strips, because honestly, that's real life crafting, is deciding, then changing your mind, deciding, then changing your mind. Okay, there's that. I'm going to trim this one down. Grab my little paper. And I'm just making it really snug to that next piece. Okay, then I have a green. Saving every bit of this paper because the colors are just so genius. Okay, just about like that. And last one here. Just need a little bit. Okay, and then I think just one final strip of the pink is going to be fine. Oh yeah, plenty. Okay. So you could, oh, did I cut the wrong pink? Did I put that in the wrong order? I think I obviously want to go right back in order, I think. Or do I want to pull another, I can always pull another color. Let me grab my little sleeve. Oh, I also have kind of a deeper turquoise to bring in. Oh, no. Do I? I don't know. Let me see what it would look like if I kind of place that right next to it. No, I don't like that. So let me tuck that back away. I think I'll just go right back into this pink. And you know what? Since it's just right at the edge, I can just do something like this. Okay. Yes, that works. And put it right there. Okay, now I'm going to grab my paper trimmer. Let's see, make sure I got that straight side. I did. Okay, and actually I don't even need a paper trimmer. I'll use my scissors. Turn this over, trim these off to clean this up. Just like so. And there we go. Okay, so what I'm thinking I will do is I'm going to have my heart kind of showcase these fun colors. So I think what I'll do is grab another panel and decide, first of all, I'll trim this down just a little bit. So my panel right now is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is A2 size. I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off each side. So that's going to give me 4 inches by 5 1/4. It'll just be a nice little 1/8 of an inch border around my card, which I think will be super nice. So let's decide where we want our heart. And this initial cutout, this will be our panel, and we're just going to get the heart shape out of here. So let me grab my tape. I think I like that. I think that'll be pretty. Just like this. Okay, and let me run this through my Gemini Junior and let's get it all cut out. Okay, so putting that right in there. We'll run this through. Whoop. Turn it on. There we go. And run this through. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, let's see if we cut it all out nice. I think it did for the most part. Just a little bit here. That's okay. Okay, so then, oh, how cute is that going to be? That will be super, super fun. Okay, now I will save this piece because I can use this. I'm going to poke all these pieces out. And this last little bit didn't quite cut through, so I'm just going to trim it really gently. Just follow the little pressed score of the die. And no problem. That happens from time to time. Okay, this is one of my pieces. Isn't that pretty? That is so pretty. So then it will kind of go over this. And I think that'll be super, super fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut out a couple more. Oh, that's pretty. Let's cut out a couple more. And I think I will do maybe 2 or 3 more. Okay, so I have 3. Okay, I did 1, but I did 3 more. And, oh, you know what I found? Kathy Zilski does this. And I found when I was redoing my craft space that I have a foam mat. And I have it for, what do I have this for? I want to say it was like for my brads or something. So I saw her using a foam mat. And it's genius because I was always just kind of holding it up like this and trying to poke them out, and it doesn't work as well. It works, but this is so much easier. So if you have some kind of, I mean, even a mouse pad would be awesome as well. It kind of makes this portion almost enjoyable. Super easy. Okay, so this little idea of a rainbow heart, I saw this idea on Instagram of doing a heart and then having kind of an overlay of or a rainbow heart with an overlay on top. And I am going to try and find that post that I'm inspired by, and I'll link it down in the description box below because I'll try to find the designer who did it. It was so pretty. It was just one of those things that was eye-catching. It made me stop scrolling for a second. So, and it was funny because I really wanted to do something with this stylized heart die, which again I'll link down below, and had so many ideas running through my head, and then a rainbow seemed super, super fun. And a rainbow is always more beautiful with Concord and Ninth colors. Their color selection is so pretty. So before I forget, what I'm going to do is I'm finally going to bust out the Simon Says stamp adhesive. Is it adhesive dots? Are they the dot sheets? I'm going to try those today. I think this would be a perfect project to try this on. Okay, thank you to Kathy Zilski for this foam mat idea, and I'm so glad I found this. It was in my like sewing drawer or something like that. I thought, I've never used it at all. Oops, I kind of ripped that. So we're going to put that one down on the bottom. I've never used it before, and I love when you can repurpose craft supplies. Okay, so I just got a little, see right there, just a little tear. No problem. I'm going to put that on the bottom. Okay, let me clean these items up, and we'll start. I'm going to grab those sheets and we'll start stacking these paper pieces. Okay, so my apologies because I think I just called them adhesive dot sheets, but these are micro dot sheets. This pack comes with 8. They are a paper size, so 8.5 by 11, which is great. I've never opened these before, so I have no idea what I'm doing. But the idea here is that there's a liner and there's also adhesive in the form of little dots. Okay, so this part's the liner. You'll see if you can kind of, I don't know if I can show you on camera. Can you see the little dots of adhesive? You can't, but it's on this side. You can see in person. So if I pull this back and I put, let's see, is this my broken one? My broken heart? Okay, no, so I don't want to do that one yet. Let me do, or do I? Should I do it? Okay, I need to think through this. Oh my goodness, hold on. I need to think through this. Well, I think, okay, broken heart, because I want that on the bottom. I'll put this one down. I'm going to place the liner back over it. I'm just going to grab my little scraper tool that I used for adhesive vinyl and transfer tape. And just press that down just so that the adhesive transfers over. And this will place adhesive on the back of my die cut. So then when I peel this away, there's glue on the back, which is amazing because could you imagine putting glue in this tiny little area? I mean, it's very doable, but it doesn't sound like a good time. Okay, so I'm just gonna line this up. grab my tweezers, which are here. Just kind of press and line up. Ooh, that was really a great first stack. Okay, and so then that broken heart is mended, right? Because it has a glued piece on top of it, and it's just going to strengthen that. Okay, so then what you can do is just kind of place the next piece in a different direction than the other one so that it catches some glue dots. I'm going to burnish that down. Again, 4 layers. This is 80-pound cardstock. And I have zero clue what I'm going to do for a sentiment. But future Beth will worry about that. For now, we are in layer die cut goodness. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Let me grab, you know what's on my wish list is some new stamping blocks. Not that I don't love mine, but I kind of want a heavy one. Is there any holidays coming up? Oh, Valentine's Day. Maybe I'll be my own Valentine. Okay, I'm just going to put that in a different spot and transfer that down. Okay. There we go. And, oh, this is working really well. Such an appropriate choice of adhesive for this delicate project. Okay, layered. Press down. Okay, and then we have this nice layered heart, and now it's essentially chipboard. It's so nice. Okay, so now I need to decide what I want to do here. I kind of want to just get a feel. Now don't mind the border here. We're going to remedy that. I want to get a feel for the thickness. I feel like I want to do more. I feel like I just want more. That is pretty. I want to bump it up some more. Should I? Let's just do one. Let's just do one more, and why not? We have some cardstock. When in doubt, add another layer. And I think it's a good choice. I should have just grabbed some 110-pound cardstock, although I'm kind of hoarding it right now because I saw that it's really expensive lately. So I'm trying not to use mine unless I'm using it for card bases. Okay. All right. And we'll do fun little foam mat again. So always keep all of your paper scraps because you saw these little 1/2-inch strips, or depending on the style you're going for, you could even do thinner. It doesn't take much, so keep all of your scraps because this is a scrap buster for sure. Okay, one more. That way I can say I did, and I won't ever wonder what it would have looked like. Okay. Sometimes one more makes all the difference. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I need to decide if I like the thickness of that. I think that's really nice. So now the question is, do I want to emboss this? I feel like I want a little visual interest. So let me look for an embossing folder and see if I like how that looks. Because you know what? The only thing that we've done here is trim this down and cut a heart out. So if we mess it up with embossing, we just redo it. But I think just with the white, it's beautiful. But I feel like it could use a little bit of subtle interest. And I think an embossed look would look really nice. Okay, we played around with this. Well, I'm not sure if that video has come out yet, but this pretty heart one, I don't have a any information on it. It's been in my collection for a long time. But I think we're going to play around with it again because it turns out so pretty, and I think any other pattern would just compete, and I think having the mini hearts will be really, just a really nice compliment. So I'm going to place that where I'd like it, close my folder, making sure, yes, I have it the right direction that I want it. And I think that will be nice. I think that's gonna be pretty. So let me run this through my machine. Okay, I like to emboss on my Platinum 6 or with my Platinum 6. And each and every time I pull an embossing folder, they're created differently. So you kind of have to just play around with what stacking order works the best. For this one, I know that, what is this floppy one called? Well, embossing mat. I know that I need the embossing mat and the base with the clear plate, and it takes a second to get it started, but then it does such a beautiful job. There we go. And that's just because every embossing folder has different thicknesses, so sometimes you just need a tiny little paper shim, sometimes you need a little bit more. But I know that this folder likes the embossing mat. Okay, let's set this to the side. Ooh, I think I already like that. Okay, let's open this up. That is way too pretty. I love it every time. It's subtle, it just adds something to that panel. Sometimes I really appreciate a blank panel, and sometimes it just needs something. Oh, I think that was the right choice. Okay, so now what we need to do is trim down that back piece. So nice. Okay, loving that. Let's trim down. Let's see, where do I want this? I think I want this like that. So actually that makes that super easy. So what I'll do is grab my paper trimmer, because I like the look of that. In fact, let me put this in here and make sure I really do. Yeah, that looks good. So I know if I want it like this, I need to take 1/4 inch off this side. So if it's at 5 1/2, we'll do 5 1/4. And I might just go a hair, just a hair smaller, just because it's going to tuck behind there. That way, if we get it a little misaligned, we have a little grace. Okay, and then I want to double check. Yep. Then I want to do 1/4 inch off this side, starting at 4 1/4. So I'll go to 4 and I'll just do a hair under 4. That way it tucks really nicely. Okay. So now we have a little piece to tuck behind here. Just like that. And I want that to be snug. So I think I will probably just do liquid glue. Would that be the right choice? Or, you know what I think I'll do actually is I'm going to do the tape runner. That way I can go, maybe I'll do a little bit of both. How about I do this? I'm going to do the tape runner around the edges because I just really want those to be sealed. I don't want to have any lifting. Okay. So we'll start like that. Okay. So all of my edges are done. Then I'll just turn this over and add a little bit of glue here. And focusing on around that heart. Okay. And then I'll just kind of add glue everywhere. But I want the edges of my card to be really sealed with that tape. I think that will be really nice. Okay. Now, bringing in my Score Buddy just to line this all up. Snug in the corner. Again, adhesive all the way around. And there we go. Very nice. Wiggle that a little bit. Oh, I forgot I gave myself that extra kind of 1/8 of an inch. How pretty is that? That's really cute. I'm liking how this is coming together. Okay, crafting on the fly is kind of fun. Okay, first and foremost, I'm going to clean off my mat. Okay, get all this paper out of here. Sometimes adhesive gets a little crazy. We don't want to do all that work just to get it all sticky and gummed up. Okay, back in the action. So I think right now I'll do the card base and then we'll start layering from there. Okay, so let's do a 110-pound cardstock with a card base and get that all folded and ready, and we'll attach this and then we'll just start building everything up. Okay, we have 110-pound 11 by 4 1/4. We will place the score mark at 5 1/2, which would be center. And that gives us our A2 top folding card, which is just so classy and nice. And let me grab a bone folder. Oop, wrong way. There we go. And then we'll place this. I think I'll do some foam tape. I think that'll be pretty just to give it a little bump, but you certainly don't have to. So turning my little panel around, I'm going to add, oops, got some stuff on my scissors, just some foam strips. That's a nice, strong card panel because we have 2 layers there, plus all those strips. Feels nice and sturdy. Okay, so many ideas for this card. You could do a fun shaker. You could do, I was thinking about bringing out some watercolors. That would have been really fun as well. I just love when you can see a little wafer die and just be so inspired. I mean, you have so many ideas, right? So many fun things that you can do. Ooh, ooh. Getting to that point where we're throwing craft supplies. Okay, let me line that up. Place it down. Okay, there we go. Now let's put this on. So I'm going to bring back my micro dot sheets. Locate my sticky side. Okay. Place this in. Grab my scraper tool. Okay. And I might even turn this over and scrape from the other side as well, just because I have so many layers there that I really want to come into contact directly with that adhesive side. I think that would be nice. There we go. And now we can place our little heart in. It just nestles right into that opening. So cute. Okay, stamp block. There we go. That is fun. Okay, now it's time to think about a sentiment or a sub-sentiment or something. Well, you can't have a sub-sentiment without it. I'm trying to think, what I'm trying to say is, do we want something big or small? I'm thinking something small. Ooh, what if we did like white on white down here? I don't want to detract from the beautiful color that we have going on here. Let me go pull a couple things. I have a couple things here that could work. I have this Love You by Catherine Pooler. I've never opened this. Let me open it up. I also have an XOXO from Lawn Fawn. I think this is going to be too long. Although I don't mind that it's going over the edge there. I think that's kind of pretty. I also kind of like how that kind of dips. That actually might not go over the edge as much as we think because of the, you know, the shadow. You know, how the die is a little bit bigger than the actual thing. So that actually might work. That's kind of neat. Although I kind of think I would want it in like a pale pink. I think that could be really pretty. We also have the XOXO. I have this pulled for another project, but that doesn't mean we can't use it. Oh, that's pretty too. Should we cut out both and just see? And then let's cut out both and see, but let's also cut out some in maybe this pink. Or should we do, see, this should be alive. I can't ask you these questions because you can't talk back. Ooh. Gosh. You can't go wrong. Maybe I'll cut out one in this. I'll cut out one in the other, and we'll just see. We can decide both on color and style. Oh goodness. Okay, so the thing about dies, make sure you do a test cut because there's only so much that you can see when you put it on here, right? You can kind of get a general idea if you like the shape of the die and what it's going to look like, but it's a little bit smaller than your metal die. So, oh, that's cute. Now, will it go over or will it kind of just touch? Ooh, it touches, but you know what? That kind of looks fun. Let's do the XOXO. Okay, pop this guy out. Ooh, that one's really in there. Okay. Here is the, ooh, I like that too. I like them both. I don't know though, I'm feeling it's kind of seeming a little like basic. What if we did something like this and kind of draped it on the heart? Although I kind of feel, would that look really fun in white if we did that? Should we try that? So many choices. So many choices. I'm going to try it. And I have lots of scraps. So let's see what that would do. Could also do a gold. I have some gold. That would be pretty. Or I have a glittery white. That way it could be a little bit different. Where'd my little pick go? There it goes. Okay. Oh, that's pretty too. Although I think it kind of gets lost. I mean, in person you can see, no. That's fun. Let's try the gold. And I'll keep this little white piece because if I like the gold, I'll build it up and I'll just build it up with some white. So I think this is Spellbinders, this gold. And I like to keep every little piece. So I'm going to just hold my die over there and measure what I need. Okay. Third time's the charm. We've at least decided that the love you's neat, but I think it's better for a different card. Okay, I have a good feeling about this. Let me pop out these little middles. And I think it's going to be exactly what it needs. Okay. Right? I think that's pretty. And I like the flow of it kind of going up the side of the heart. I like that. Are we sure we don't like it down here? I just don't. I don't know why. It's just kind of, it kind of feels a little too basic. I feel like this is where I want to go with it. So let me cut out, I'm going to grab all my scraps. I'm going to cut out a couple additional XOs with my scrap white in the 80 pound, and then we'll stack those up a little bit. Okay, then we've got a little bit of cleaning up to do. Okay, and I think that just the 2 is going to be plenty. Let's continue with the micro dot sheets and say goodbye to these. To the left and right of my craft mat is chaos, but I just worry about that after the card's done. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Okay, let's continue on with these because these are awesome. So I'm just gonna lay that down, and I can even do 2 at a time. Right? Do I want to do 2? Let's do these 2 first. Oh my goodness. Did I get the right direction? Goodness gracious. Okay. Burnish those down. I don't know why I feel like I need to turn over and burnish twice, but I'm feeling like that is just a good call for me. Okay, well, let me do the white. So we'll build from the bottom up. So we'll do our 2 layers of white. Line those up. Whoop. Not like that. Okay. I think the gold is super fun. And this last one. And place it right on top. There we go. Shift it a little bit and press it down. It's just enough to give it some sturdiness. And, ooh, that feels nice. Oh, I like this. Okay, let's do just like that. And I'll tell you why. I like how the cross of the X here just lines up so nice with this straight line of the heart. See how that just lines up so nice? Then it's just the most beautiful, perfect accident, because then we have the swoop of the O that's taking on the curve of the heart. Ugh, it's too good. We have to glue it down. Okay, I'm gonna grab tweezers. I'm going to use liquid glue, and I feel like this is 100% where I wanted this card to go. Okay, I'm gonna add glue all over wherever wherever it meets paper, it will stick. Wherever it doesn't meet paper, it will dry. So I'm just gonna kind of add. And whatever doesn't come into contact with paper will dry. So I liked it like that. Just like that. Loving this. Oh, the line and then the swoop of the O. I heart this so much. Okay, ooh, hello. Let's let that sit for a second. I am actually not going to do a single additional thing. I think this is perfect as is. Not that I should use the word perfect, because nothing's perfect, but I just think it doesn't need anything more. That's exactly where I want to take this card. I think it's gorgeous. I just love it. Okay, that's it. That is the final card. So I will link all of the things that I used in the description box below this video. I'll do my best. If you don't see it, I couldn't find it. I know right now that I don't know where this embossing folder is, as cute as it is, but I know there are similar things out there. So just find a cute heart embossing folder or whichever one that you wish. I love this. I think it turned out amazing. I hope you enjoyed the little slowdown and the thought process, because we've all been there when, we pull a bunch of supplies, you're not sure where it's going to go, and you just buckle up and go on a creative journey. There's nothing better. So I hope that this was fun for you. Please be sure to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I hope you've been enjoying these fun Valentine's Day cards. I have been having so much fun creating them for you. And if you're brand new, make sure you subscribe so you see what's coming to my craft table next, and I will see all of you in the next video.